decided in 2022 to shoot a movie that is basically, yes, there is love, yes, there is betrayal, yes, there is drawing the audiences into the idea of public service, but it is also about coup and the military. And this year, we're 26 years into civilian, unbroken democracy. What was your interest in Professor Shofison's story about coup? And then, will this be the story of Cordelia, or is the story of Prof that you are just using Cordelia as a pawn?
Professor Adekunle?
Oh, Adekunle.
Adekunle, yes.
Okay, because it's a fake Professor Shofison.
No, not the writer now, but the lead character. So, why this story, and whose story is this?
Well, Cordelia is a story in story in the story. So it depends on what you see in it. And let me tell you, when I read it, I was particularly interested in the end. I think Professor Adekunle was so harassed that at the end of the story, I think he had decided that he was going to part with the wife. That's what I read because
in the book.
In the book, it says, as the guests leave, as Cordelia leaves, he turns to the wife who had come just like that, and before he tries to join her, he said something and said, I think this is the time to end this part of my life.
Mm.
Well,
that's not what you projected.
No, it's not. I took a liberty and turned it into a love story. And I thought that after going through all this hassle, all within 24 hours, I think it gave the couple an opportunity to reflect. And at the end, perhaps Remy has discovered, something new. Something that brought them, and they decided to give the marriage another trial. So that's my interpretation. I thought, the family should not give it up at that point. I thought they had too much in common, by the way, and I felt that they could rescue this marriage.
So you took the liberty to rewrite the ending. You saved the family, but then there's also a side chick outside there waiting in the door.
No, you see, experts, men like that.
Experts.
You can't, if you fall for that girl for the moment, at the end of the day, she's going to let you down. She's going to break your heart. That is what women do. No, sorry, because men have a way of leading you on.
Ogabelu is there, Kole Afolayo is there. Is that the story?
What do you think? No, because I felt she was flirting. She didn't mean any of those things. And just like that, you do it, and then before if you just give it, she's gone. I thought it's going to go. That's what I said.
They are saying experience. So I get the point. But then my second question, but I will still want to know beyond the your interest beyond the love story.
I told you that's
the idea of the coup.
Yes.
What is
one of my tasks was to clear from the army, because if I made the film without getting a clearance, it might be censored. So the first general I approached and talked to, I met him in Alamala, army in Abeokuta, said, are you suggesting a coup? So as a matter of fact, I said, no, coups are no longer popular in Nigeria, for that matter. We have a solid democracy. So it's out of the question. They won't be popular. And they look at me as if I was a fool. So in any case, I didn't stop at that. And this is why tomorrow, when we have the screening at Abeokuta, I have to acknowledge the support of Obasanjo. I went to meet him and said, excuse sir, I need to meet the chief of army staff. And then he tried and then give us, I said, go, you can go. As a matter of fact, you could begin to wonder which school was it? Whose school is this? Because in this one, the head of the state was killed, and then his deputy, the Supreme Council, they asked him to lead the nation, which happened in Obasanjo's time. But in any case, I thought along that line, and I gave Obasanjo a page. He read it halfway, he didn't look up and say, "Is this my story?" And he said, "No, sir, it's something you want to play with." But you see, it's important for us to remember, we have to look back into our history.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, just entertainment, just document some of these happenings in our country, if we truly have an interest in our country. So that's one part, that's another part of it.
Okay, correct. I mean, a valid point from Chief Obasanjo, except that he wouldn't have a Cordelia when he was the head of state. But I get it. Okay, we won't know. Okay.
No, I didn't say that.
No, but
you said
your expression. Your expression, TK. Okay, very quickly, my second question, which is about what led to this whole idea from the university in America.
Yes.
I think it was George Lucas that said that 50% of a film is sound and soundtrack.
Yeah.
And we saw that here in this movie. What was the experience like? And then doing this in your mid-70s, almost like Usman
no,
said.
It's past mid now.
Well, when you shot it.
Don't be disrespectful.
But what was the experience like shooting Cordelia and delving into matters of love at your age? Sorry, sir.
I'm not that retired, Look, at this point, please, I should have acknowledged Michael Ogunlade. I don't know, he's invited. If you see him, because under pressure, we are not just going to give up like that to the Americans, the university in America. He actually composed the music under pressure. I don't know how he did it. In fact, all they have to do, because we have composed, so they have to arrange, and Michael would have gone along, but it was around COVID time, so none of us will get the visa. So we didn't go. And what I didn't want to miss was that before the film is finished like this, we gave them a copy in